Hello, welcome to the Crochet Lab tutorial. Today we will be making Herrschners Cotton Candy Waves blanket. This blanket has been categorized by Herrschners as an intermediate level blanket, but I think it's very doable for an adventurous beginner. We'll be utilizing Herrschner Sweet Swirls Baby Yarn, which I really love. This is in the colorway Pink Pop. And then we'll also be utilizing the colorway Kiddie Pool. Okay. This yarn is categorized as a 3-weight yarn. Okay. We'll also be using a 5.5 crochet hook or an I9 hook to make this blanket. So let's begin. To begin, for our chains, we need to have 96 chains on our hook. So first we'll make a slip knot and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to ask you to continue making chains until you have 96 chains on your hook, and then we'll meet again. 95 and 96. So you should have 96 chains on your colorway Pink Pop. Now for the first row, which is your foundation row, we're going to put single crochets throughout. So we're going to skip this first chain in the back hump, and we're going to go in our back hump and put a single crochet in the second back hump. Yarn over. Another single crochet. Another single crochet. Another single crochet. And another single crochet. So you're going to continue putting single crochets in each chain until you reach the end, and we'll meet back up again. Okay, so now I have reached almost the end of my foundation row, so I'm going to put a single crochet here and a single crochet in my final chain. Okay, once you complete putting your single crochets in your chains, you should have a total of 95 single crochets. I would advise you to take the time now to count out your single crochets to make sure you have the same amount. Just a side note, I am filming in the evening, and in Puerto Rico we have these our little Puerto Rican frogs that are native to Puerto Rico called coqui. C-O-Q-U-I. So you may hear a whistling in the background, and that is our coqui that come out at night, and we hear them all night long. So we're used to it here. So if you hear some little chirping in the background, that's our coqui. Okay, so next we're going to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Please note that this chain 3, whenever you do one here and throughout on this pattern, counts as a double crochet. It counts as a double crochet. So we're going to turn our work. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. So right here, we're going to put a double crochet. And then the next stitch, a double crochet. And then the next stitch, a double crochet. And now we're going to restart our repeat for this row, which that repeat will be in each stitch. We're going to put first a half double crochet. So in this very next stitch, we're going to put a half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, another half double crochet. And then in the next 3 stitches, we're going to put 3 single crochets. So single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And in the next 2 stitches, we're going to put a half double crochet. So half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, half double crochet. And then in the next 3 stitches, we're going to put a double crochet in each. So double crochet. And then in the next stitch, a double crochet. And then in the next stitch, double crochet. So let's repeat this pattern again. So we're going to do a half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So half double crochet. The next stitch, half double crochet. And then in the next 3 stitches, 1 double crochet in each stitch. So I'm sorry, 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet. And then in the next 2 stitches, a half double crochet in each stitch. So half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, half double crochet. And then in the next 3 stitches, we're going to put a double crochet in each of the next 3. So double crochet. And in the next stitch, double crochet. And the next stitch, double crochet. So I'll repeat that pattern with you one more time. So in the next stitch, a half double crochet. In the next stitch, half double crochet. And the next stitch, a single crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, half double crochet. Next stitch, half double crochet. Next stitch, double crochet. Next stitch, double crochet. Next stitch, double crochet. And then you're going to repeat this pattern until you get to the last 4 stitches, and then we'll meet again. Okay, so now I have reached the last 4 stitches. So I just ended in the 5th stitch from the end with the half double crochet, with the second half double crochet. So now the last 4 stitches, I'm going to put a double crochet in each of the last 4. So that was 1, 2, 3, and then in the very last stitch, we're going to do a partial double crochet because we're going to join our next color. So we're going to start it, pull through 2, and then we're going to grab our next color, which is this kiddie pool. Make a slip knot. Place it on our hook and join that colorway. Okay. So now with our new color, we're going to chain 1. Now, unlike the chain 3, this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Okay, so we're going to turn our work. Keeping in mind that this chain 1 does not count as a stitch, we're going to put a single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So since this does not count, we're going to go right here for our first single crochet. So right here, single crochet, and then in the next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet. Now to continue with row 3, we're going to skip 3 stitches. So we're going to skip here, here, and here. So in that next stitch, we're going to put 7 treble crochets. So we're going to skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and in the 4th, we're going to put 7. So we're going to wrap around our hook twice. Place our hook in the 7th, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Wrap twice, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Wrap twice, go in our stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Right now we have 3. We need to put 7. Wrap twice, go through, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. So that's 4. Yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and 2. So that's 5. Yarn over, 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Sorry, I got a bit of a knot in my yarn. Here we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to make 1 more. Yarn over twice, go through this stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that is our 7 treble crochets. Okay, then we're going to skip the next 3 stitches again. So we're going to skip here, here, and here. We're going to single crochet in that 4th one. So single crochet, and then single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Again, we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. In that following stitch, we're going to yarn over twice, 7 treble crochets, same as we did before. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, we're going to skip the next 3 stitches. So skip, skip, and skip. Single crochet in the next 3. Single crochet, single crochet, and single crochet. And we'll do that one more time. We're going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. 7 trebles in the next stitch. Okay, then we're going to skip 3, single crochet in the next 3. And you're going to continue that pattern until you get to the last 4 stitches, and we'll meet again. Okay, so row 3, I have reached the end of row 3, and I just did my last treble cluster of 7 trebles. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then the last 4 stitches we're going to put a single crochet. So single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then one more single crochet. Okay, and now we've completed row 3, and it'll look like that. Okay, now we're going to chain 1. Again, remembering our chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So for row 4, we're going to do single crochets in each stitch across. So because this chain 1 does not count as a stitch, we're going to go in this very first stitch right here. So single crochet. And then we're just going to simply do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across. And then we'll meet again at the end. Okay, so I have gotten just about to the end of this row 4. So I'm at my last 2 stitches. So I'm going to put a single crochet. And then we're going to rejoin our first color yarn. So we're going to do a partial single crochet. Now I'm not going to fasten off my yarns and cut. I'm going to just simply carry them up the edge. So we're going to simply, once we've done our partial, I'll show you that again. So we're going to do a partial single crochet in the last stitch. So we're going to go pull through, 2 loops on the hook. We're going to simply drop that yarn and bring our first color, our pink pop I think it's called, back in and pull through. So now we've joined that. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. This counts as a double crochet. We're going to turn our work. Now sometimes when you carry up the edge, you gotta kind of rearrange the yarn so things don't get tangled up as you're working. So that's what I just did. So I'm going to take this yarn that I'm not using and put it towards the back. Okay. So we're going to skip a single crochet. So remember, this double crochet counts. So we're not going to skip here. We're going to skip this one right here, because this one right here is actually part of our stitch. So we're going to skip. Let me move this out the way so you guys can see. So this is part of our double crochet. So we're going to skip this stitch. Okay, so you're going to skip that first single crochet, and then you're going to do 5 treble crochets in the next stitch, not 7, 5. So yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over twice, 2, 2, and 2, yarn over twice, 2, 2, and 2, yarn over twice, pull through 2, 2, and 2. I think I got one more to go. 4, one more, 2, 2, and 2. So that makes my 5 treble crochets. I gotta pull some yarn, sorry. Next, we're going to skip the next 3 single crochets and single crochet in the next 3 stitches after that. So we're going to skip, 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 and then the next one, which will be right here, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then we're going to skip the next 3. So we're going to skip, skip, and skip, and then the next one we're going to do 7 treble crochets, just like before. Six and 7. Then we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to put 3 single crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, And we're going to do 7 treble crochets in the next stitch. So that's 1 skip, 2 skips, 3 skip, next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, then we're going to repeat that. We're going to skip 3 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, and then 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then skip 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 7 trebles in the next stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you're going to continue with that pattern. You're going to skip the next 3 stitches, and then in the next 3 stitches, 3 single crochets, skip 3 stitches. The next stitch, you're going to put 7 trebles and continue that pattern, and then we'll meet towards the end. So now I've reached towards the end of row 5. So let's count how many treble clusters I have. That's the beginning one of 5 trebles, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So now I'm going to skip the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to put 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. Now I'm going to skip 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3. And now, just like at the beginning, I'm going to put a 5 treble crochets in this next stitch. So not 7, 5, just like we did for the beginning. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now this next stitch we're going to skip, and in our very last stitch we're going to put a double crochet. Oops, let me do that again. There's my double crochet. There we go. Okay. Now for row 6, which is the last row of our row repeats, we're going to chain 1, turn our work. This chain 1 again does not count as a single crochet, so we're going to go in this stitch right here, and single crochet all the way across, just as we did before. So 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so you continue to do that, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so now I have reached towards the end of row 6. So we're going to do a partial single crochet in the very last stitch. We're going to drop this color, which is the pink pop, and we're going to bring up from the side the kiddie pool and pull it through. Okay, so this is what we are looking like at this point. Very nice, very nice. So now we're going to do our row repeats. So we're going to repeat rows 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. A total of 20 times. 20 repeats of rows 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can either count them out or you can just look on your blanket once you finish that set. You're going to also note you're going to change your colors after rows. Ooh, I just had a brain blip. You're going to change your colors after rows 4 and 6. The easy way to remember is when after you do your rows of single crochets, that's when you change your color. Right after you do that row of single crochets, you change your color each time. So you're going to do that rows 3, 4, 5, and 6 20 more times, and then we'll meet again to finish out the last few rows before we start on the border. Happy crocheting. Okay, so now I have completed my 20 repetitions as we talked about previously. I put a stitch marker where my 20 repetitions ended. Okay. Once you have completed your 20 repetitions that we talked about, then you need to complete row 3, which I have here, and row 4. One more time. Row 3 and row 4. One more time. Here's row 3, here's row 4. Row 3, row 4. Once you have completed row 4, to complete totally out your blanket and be ready for your border, you need to complete with color A, which for me is the pink pop, row 2, which I've already done. What row 2 will do is it will have your blanket with a straight edge, just like when you started. So it's the exact same row 2 when you started, and it'll give your blanket the straight edge. Okay? So we'll meet again once you do that. Okay, so now I have completed my last row, which is row 2, to give me that really nice straight edge. Once we complete row 2, we're not going to fasten off because we're going to continue with this pink pop color to begin to create our border. Now the border is simply single crochets with 3 stitches in the corners. Okay, so very easy. So we're going to start by turning our work. Now the pattern doesn't say this, but I always do this, is I chain 1. That chain 1 does not count as a single crochet. Okay. And then we're going to start to go down our edge. So what I have decided to do, because you need to make sure that your edges are even on both sides, meaning you want to make sure that you have the same amount of stitches on the left and the right side so that your blanket won't get wonky. Okay? So what I have decided to do is to put in this first one, I'm just going to start with 2 single crochets. Now, in these, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. And then where we have the doubles, I'm going to do 3 single crochets. So right here, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. 1, 2. And then when we have the doubles, I'll put 3. 1, 2, 3. Where we have the singles, I'll put 2. 1, 2. The doubles, I'll put 3. 1, 2, 3. Singles, I'll put 2. 1, 2. Doubles, I'll put 3. 1, 2. Whoops, sorry. 2, 3. And you're going to continue all the way down to the edge of the blanket, and then we'll meet again. So I have come to the end of my side. So I have this, which I'm going to put 3 stitches in. 1 this row, 2, 3. Okay. So now I'm at my corner of my bottom row, and in this corner stitch, I'm going to put 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a stitch marker right in the middle stitch of those 3 single crochet corners, so that when I make my next round of border single crochets and come around, I'll know exactly which stitch that this corner is. Now for my bottom, I'm simply going to continue, and I'm going to put single crochets in each stitch going around. Okay, so in each stitch. When you get to your corner, you're going to again put 3 single crochets in the corner stitch, and then use your stitch marker and mark the middle stitch of those 3 single crochets. When you come up the side, you're going to again do the same pattern as the other side. You're going to do exactly what I taught you. You're going to do the 2 single crochets where you have this, and when you have your double crochets, you're going to do 3 single crochets, and then 2 single crochets, and then in the doubles 3 single crochets. And you're going to continue with your blanket all the way around until you meet again where you start, using that same pattern. Okay, so now I have reached almost at the end of my top where I have put 1 single crochet in each stitch across my top. So now we're going to finish off this border row. So we're going to stitch here. Now here's our center stitch. So I have 1 stitch here. Okay, now that's my chain 1. So I'm going to skip that chain 1. I'm going to put my hook in, take my marker out. I'm going to chain 1, chain 2 in that same stitch, chain 3 in that same stitch. Place my marker back in the center stitch of that chain, of that 3 single crochets. And then we're going to continue all the way around the blanket again, same color. I'm still working my pink pop. 1 single crochet in each chain all the way across. When you get to your stitch marker, you're going to put 3 single crochets in your stitch marker stitch, and then make sure you put your stitch marker back in your center stitch and go all the way around again until you get to the top, and then we'll meet again once you finish your top row. Okay, so now I am coming to the end of my top of row border 2. So we're going to finish off these few stitches. And then we're going to fasten off. So I'm going to cut my yarn. There we go. So now we're going to attach our other color kitty pool to begin border row 3. So we're going to go into the side, any of the side stitches. I'm going to go about right here and attach our yarn. Oops, sorry. There we go. And then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now this chain 3 counts as a stitch, counts as a double crochet stitch. Now we're going to double crochet in each single crochet across our row, our side row. Okay, and we're going to continue to do this until we get to the corner. Once we get to the corner, I'll let you know what we're going to do from there. So continue until you get to your corner stitch, and I'll meet you there. Now I am a few stitches away from my bottom corner. So I'm going to finish these until I get to my stitch marker, these double crochets. Okay, now I'm going to pull out my stitch marker. In your corner stitch, you're going to put double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch. And in that chain space, you're going to put your stitch marker. And then you're going to continue with your double crochets. You're going to continue with your double crochets in each stitch all the way around your number 3 border. And you're going to put, sorry, that's my pets. Hey, pickle. So you're going to continue with your double crochets around your border of this round 3, and you're going to put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in your corner stitch, and then put your chain marker. And then we'll meet again at the end of your round 3. Okay, so now I have reached towards the end of my round 3 double crochets. So here's my last double crochet. Then I am going to slip stitch into the top of this double crochet and fasten off. So I'll cut and we'll fasten off. So now we're going to do rounds 4 and 5, which are done exactly the same. So for round 4 and 5, you're going to join your first color, which is your pink pop, to any stitch. So this is where we fastened off, so I'm going to take it a little bit above. And we'll join. And then we're going to single crochet in each stitch around our border for our round 4. Now remember, round 4 and 5 is done exactly the same. When we reach our corners, we're going to put 3 single crochets in that chain 1 space. So let's continue working our single crochets down, and then I'll meet you right before we get to the first corner. And now I'm coming to the bottom corner where we have that chain 1 space that is marked with our stitch marker. Once we get to that chain 1 space, we're going to put 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, all into that chain 1 space. And then we're going to mark our center single crochet with our stitch marker so that we can easily find it when we come around to the next border row. And then we'll continue on around. So we'll do that all the way around the round 4 of the border. So single crochets in each double crochet, and then when you get to the chain 1 space that's marked with your stitch marker, you're going to put 3 single crochets, and then mark your stitch marker again with your center stitch, and then we'll meet again. So you're going to do this with round 4 and round 5. Okay, so now I am finishing off my round 5. So for the last round, we're going to need to change colors. So this is where I started with that round. So I'm going to do a slip stitch and fasten off. And then I'm going to go back to my other color. I'll take it about here to join. With my color Kitty Pool. And then we're going to do the same thing, single crochets throughout three single crochets in the center chain of, in the center stitch of the corners of each corner. So single crochets throughout. When we get down to the corner, you're going to put 3 single crochets in your corner stitch that you have marked with the stitch marker in each of your corner stitches, and then you fasten off, and then you're going to tie in your ends, and then we'll see our blanket at the very end. So now we have our completed cotton candy wave blanket from Herrschners. It's a gorgeous blanket. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this Crochet Lab tutorial, and I'll see you again for the next Herrschners Crochet Lab tutorial. Have a great day. Happy crocheting. Hello, and welcome to the look-see for Herrschners Cotton Candy Waves blanket. So we will be doing a crochet lab tutorial for this intermediate category blanket from Herrschners. This uses Herrschners Sweet Swirls, which is a very lovely category 3 weight yarn. They're consider it like their kitty or baby yarn. For this blanket, you'll utilize single crochets, half double crochets, treble crochets. Yeah, so a variety of crochets. I think this is a good pattern for an adventurous beginners. The border consists of mainly single crochets, and you do have one border row of double crochets. So it's a great pattern for an adventurous beginner, and I think you're going to really enjoy making this pattern. It's a very lovely pattern. So I look forward to seeing you in the Crochet Lab tutorial coming soon. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.